funny because I don't think women, because there's so many stories, right? There's over 10,000 stories on the platform. I don't think women realize that I've read almost all of them, if not all of them.
Would you say like that you guys are like more solution based, or more like you guys are just like listening and like empathizing with people, or a mixture of the both? Or
It's a mixture of both. We do have frameworks within the platform. It's awareness, empowerment, and performance.
awareness is like the mental aspect of it. Empowerment is like the internal aspect of it.
And then you actually...
And performance is like the doing it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
cool. That's powerful.
So those are the main frameworks for the whole platform. So the idea when you come into Harness, that's where you go through.
Hey everyone, my name is Brandon Estrada, and this is the Jefe Media Podcast. Today I'm sitting here with Genesis at Harness. Or is it with Harness?
With Harness?
With Harness. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank God. Thank you for being here.
I'm excited to be here finally.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate it. I know you're coming from very far away.
Yeah.
And I know we had Colin in just a moment ago, the Amazon expert.
Yeah.
And now we have you here. And I want you to kind of share with your viewers. I know you're posting a lot and sharing a lot of information, but if you don't mind, like sharing a little bit on like what you're doing and what your company like is looking to accomplish.
Yeah, so I'm the founder of Harness. It's a mental well-being platform for women. Basically, what we do, it's a magazine. One of the things that we do is that we have a magazine. There's over 10,000 women that have shared their mental health stories with us. And then within the magazine, we also have a community. So we have a little bit over 140,000 women that are part of our community now. And within the community, we have a private community, which is called the Sisterhood, which is a mental well-being platform where we help women heal and grow and unleash their full potential. And that's it.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's not really it, but I'm sure that's just like the general idea.
Yeah, the general idea of it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a lot of questions for you actually. Like just to kind of give some detail on like your platform, like how does someone like access your platform?
So the main way that the women, well, it's a website. So the main way that women access it is through our content collaboration. So whether they have something to share regarding their mental health, or a win they want to share, or a loss, they can create content through there.
And how does that work, or how does that look like?
You create an account on our website.
Okay.
You create an account,
Cool.
You submit, and then one of the editors will go through it and publish it. Another way is through our membership, which if you join the membership, it is a software that we use where you log into the software and there's a series of live events. There's a total of 14 events that we do monthly, which is journaling sessions. Yeah, it's journaling sessions. We have participatory sessions, which is like we have a therapist or a doctor or a clinical psychologist that will be giving a topic on maybe trauma or anxiety or depression, and we'll have women join in on the conversation and share their experiences with it. So each participatory session has a weekly topic. We have healing circles, which again, we have another therapist there who is facilitating the healing circle. We talk about any of the topics that I just mentioned. We have interviews, so we interview women on their mental health stories. We also do mindfulness sessions, so evidence-based.
Is this like more like video streaming type of thing, or
it's
in person, or what is it?
It's through video. Right now we are like
Zoom?
we have this event. Yeah, like we have this event
Zoom?
at 10 a.m. You can log in and join us. And then you have like the list of events that we have, and then you can join which event you have.
Okay.
Live events is something that I want to do in the future. We just haven't gotten there yet, but for now everything's virtual, and
Okay.
our community does have women from all over the world, so not the U.S. We have women from Mexico or Spain or the UK. A lot of women come from the UK that are part of the community.
Okay.
Australia, so everyone just kind of logs in and shares, everything.
Okay. Because, I mean, I would assume that the content that you're creating, or not the content that you're creating, but like the content that's being like shared among your community, is it more like on privacy since it's like dealing with mental health? Because I mean, I'm just thinking like from a consumer standpoint, because I don't really see you posting like video content.
Yeah, we don't do video content. Well, we want to start doing more video content, but for now, the articles, it's really what the woman is comfortable with sharing.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of them, I think within the platform, we did create a space where women do feel comfortable sharing, their mental health journeys. But within the platform, the private membership, it is a little bit more closed off for that reason.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because I mean, I have a lot of things I want to talk to you about, but like for example, like if someone wants to get like a therapy session or what have you, like they can go to Harness and get like that one-on-one therapy session.
Not yet. You're getting ahead of yourself. That is part of our business model. But
you're jumping right in.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that is part of the business model that we have planned out. But right now, our main focus is the membership. After we have the traction that we want for the membership, so we have each goals that we wanna reach in terms of members. After that, we're gonna do coaching sessions. So you buy a packet for Ed's coaching, more individualized approach towards helping you whatever goal that you're looking to reach. And after that is the therapy division. So we're going in steps.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, I'm just jumping right into it. So it's basically like more community.
It's community driven.
More community driven.
Yeah, that was the idea behind it.
And like, what would be your? I mean, I have things that I'm gonna add to this podcast, but like, what would be like your demographic? Or I mean, obviously women, but like who's your ideal community member?
Age group 32. The average age group for our community right now is 32. They're women that really value their wellness, they value their well-being. They wanna they don't just take care of their mental health, but they do activities outside. Like they have different hobbies for sure. But yeah, in the age range that I've noticed is a lot of older women. 40s and 50s are the biggest drive for the community. So
okay. Yeah, because like I mean, I know about like BetterHelp, and I know that's more of like the one-on-one, more of like that's the more of the approach of the business. But I don't know, this is just from my perspective, like, are you guys open to like, I mean, once you get to that point, like sitting down or doing like sessions with like men? Because I feel like women are natural healers, right? They're natural healers, and like men sometimes are like the most damaged.
struggle.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just feel like there's an opportunity there, but I don't know, I'm just throwing ideas.
No, that is something that we have thought about for sure. I think for now, since the community was built for women, naturally, because it started as a magazine sharing the voices of women. That's kind of, our target right now. It is something that we kind of did thought about, but not right now.
Yeah. Do you think there's like a big opportunity there, or?
I do think that the person, something like this for men doesn't exist. I think something like,
because you know how they have like Dove, and then there's like Dove men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I'm just thinking like Harness men.
I didn't even think about that.
You know what I mean?
Honestly.
Yeah.
No, we haven't gotten to that point. I think right now, we do want to get to a point where we get, 200,000 monthly readers. We get an X amount of women in the community, and then after, like right now, it's just community growth that I've been focusing on more than ever. So not necessarily thinking about men, but whoever does do the male version of this, it's gonna be very successful because men don't have those resources.
Maybe you're the one that does it.
I don't know. My hands are tied with just women for now.
Yeah, there's no limit, right?
Yeah, there's no limit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. Honestly.
Okay. So as far as like becoming a member or what have you, like what does a harness member get? Like they go to your platform, what do they get?
Yeah. The sessions that I mentioned, so the 14 events, the 14 monthly events. They also get community support. And professional support as well. So within the software, they can interact with other women. They can share. We have daily motivation. We have a community manager in there that's like guiding them, that's supporting them on top of the live sessions. And then also the interviews are, I also think, really important, where women can voice what they're struggling with and, post it on the platform, and other women can join in and share what they're struggling with as well.
Yeah. And besides like maybe like being the visionary, like what would you say like is your like strength in the company?
Definitely marketing. The marketing and community growth, I'm really good at it. My consultant helps me with the operations, with the planning, which I'm not good at all. So that to me, I think it's my bread and butter more than anything else.
Okay. Is there any like company or like person or something that like inspires you? Like specifically tailored to like the company, like for example, like if I'm playing sports or even in business, like I'll be like Black Mamba, the Kobe Bryant mentality, like Mamba mentality. Is there someone like in particular that kind of like?
There's many people, I think, many entrepreneurs that I look up to. I don't think there's necessarily one that I can point to. Like I really like Morning Brew's founders. They have built an incredible media company. Daniela Pearson of the Newsat. I don't know if you know who she is. She's like Latina entrepreneur.
I've probably seen her. Yeah.
Yeah, she built a lifestyle daily newsletter that I really enjoy. So there's been multiple ones that I've interacted with and that I've read about that I find inspirational, but I don't think one directly that.
There's not one directly. And as far as like your company's mission or what have you, is this just like kind of just like to give more like what would you say?
Yeah, I definitely truly just want women to better their mental health.
What do you think is the issue today, like with mental health?
The loneliness epidemic. I think a lot of women, not women and men are feeling really lonely. They're feeling down, feeling lost. And a lot of that has been due to the lack of community, lack of friends, lack of feeling like they're the only ones dealing with what they're going through. And I think with Harness, really what we're trying to do is put it out there that you're not the only one with these struggles. You're not the only one feeling these things. So outside of the membership, the plans that we have for it have truly just been making more community-oriented events, whether free or paid, so that women can join in and talk about these things in a open and safe environment.
Is there any story you can share? Like, I mean, obviously I can go on harness.com and probably read a story or whatever, but is there anything that you can share that like maybe inspired or touched you in a way that that you can see like growth?
A lot of women, like, I don't think it's funny because I don't think women, because there's so many stories, right? There's over 10,000 stories on the platform. I don't think women realize that I've read almost all of them, if not all of them. So really just any story like where they've gone through something and they made the choice to move past it is always a story that I'll remember. A lot of women who have a history of alcohol, a lot of women who have been abused or have gone through grief and have moved past it and have built incredible businesses or have created beautiful families or were able to graduate from college or whatever it may be. Those are always like touching to me. And I do remember most of them.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, no, I mean, do you think like, I mean, I'm sure when they're like dealing with those challenges and what have you, and then when they go to like harness as an outlet to process those challenges, um, like they're able, or they're like they give a lot of credit to like for example, like we're Kabbalah students, for example, like pause, what a pleasure, you know, like that's like
Yeah.
a really helpful tool, right?
Yeah.
Like these members are able to like kind of give a lot of credit to the platform, its
Yeah,
teachers and what have you.
that's really what I've been trying to build more and more of. I think the reason why we had shifted more towards mental health is because we wanted to help them even more, and that's why we brought in the therapists, the clinical psychologists, the doctors.
Okay.
Um,
Even more credibility.
more credibility, and also like more professional help, because I mean I couldn't have done all of that by myself. Like
Mm-hmm.
there was a point where I would get these stories of women who experience like deep trauma, and like how do I handle this, like how can I help you.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really where it evolved into more of a platform for that. So I do hope like, and I do have women, you know, that come back to me and they tell me like, hey, like I published my story here for the first time, like, and I'm so grateful for that. There's women that were raped and they had never shared that story until they published their story on Harness. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they see the article and they're like, wow, like this went, you know, the world is seeing my story that I had never shared before. So
Yeah.
I think that was something that's really important to me and still is very important to me.
It was like a way to like release that energy almost,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's a lot like that's healing in itself, right? Being able to
Being
release.
able to do that, it really does help women just have a space, really,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think there's enough spaces for that around. And I think creating a space where you're not judged, you're seen and you're heard
Mm-hmm.
is really, really important.
Would you say like that you guys are like s- more solution based, or more like you guys are just like listening and like empathizing with people, or a mixture of the both,
Oh,
or
it's a mixture of both. We do have frameworks within the platform. I can't think of them at the top of my
it's
head
okay.
right now, but it's I think it's awareness, empowerment, and performance. I think those are the three. Awareness, empowerment, and performance.
Okay, cool.
So
So awareness is like the mental aspect
yeah,
of it. Empowerment is like the internal aspect
and
of
then
it.
you actually
And performance is like the doing it.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
That's powerful.
so those are the main frameworks for the whole platform. So the idea when you come into Harness, that's where you go through. You go
So
through
you
that
you're like
circle.
giving a lot of like women the tools to like really navigate through the challenges,
Yeah.
because like a lot of times like people don't even know where to start.
Most people aren't even aware that they're even, you know, and that was one thing that I realized when we first started the platform. You and my consultant mentioned it. He was like women are gonna come into this platform and not even know that they're struggling with mental health, or they're gonna come into here to buy a membership to offer them mental well-being, but what they really need is individualized therapy. So really it's almost like the wake-up call that we're giving them to like, hey, like maybe try something else, or maybe try to get the help that you need, or we can give you the support. But the idea of it is that once we built that community within sisterhood, is that and you realize that you need help, you jump to the therapy division, which we haven't built yet, but that's kind of the idea.
That works. Okay, cool. Yeah, you're gonna have to let me know when you guys have an event. Like
I'm manifesting an event. I'm manifesting a wellness event in Beverly Hills. That's like my.
Well, even if it's like, you know, in Downey or something. You know what I mean?
I don't know how many women will come to Downey.
Why not? Why not? It's the Mexican Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
What's your is your a lot of your audience in LA, or?
No. It's actually it's LA, New York, are the main ones. But they're just everywhere.
Okay.
But I think if I were to do an event, it would be easier to get them to West LA. So.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. No. I think like video content, like reaching more people.
I've been trying to. I'm not good with video.
No, but like even like other people within your organization, you know, like marketed as harness, but really building a community, building a relationship with with the viewers, you know, because like for example, there's a guy that I follow on YouTube. Like he's not like super popular. He has like a pretty solid following, and he'll do like meetups like when he's like in LA or New York, and there are people that will go. I'm not part of his member community, but I'll donate money to him, you know, like on YouTube you can like donate money to people. But he has like really good content, and it's like simple, like he'll just do it. And like I don't know, I'm just thinking because like I feel like you guys have so much like so much value on your platform too, and just like kind of get more awareness of it.
There's a structure that we have as well. Like we have a podcast that's already built within the website. It's not live yet because I just haven't had the capacity to start interviewing people, but
it's in the works.
Yeah, it's in the works. So that's why when the first thing you said was the therapy, I was like, oh my God, like you're already building the mental plan that's behind of everything that we want to do. But yeah.
When do you think you can have that event? I would love to join.
I'll put it down by the end of the year. By the end of the year, I'll have my first event.
Because we were talking about this podcast for probably like
a year,
at least a year, a year. And then like I saw you at an event, and then like your mom was there, and I was like, she helped make it happen. So
she did. She was like, can you just go take the day off and just go get interviewed? I was like, okay, I'll go.
No, I really appreciate it. Appreciate that you're being here. Okay, so where do you think you guys need to like do in order to like, I guess, reach your new goals?
Well, right now, what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for sponsors for the magazine. So wellness companies, beauty brands, that would be interested in supporting women's mental health.
Okay.
But other than that, I think it's really just time.
And how does the sponsorship work? How would you say would the sponsorship work?
They get a number of things, like basically. So we have around like 150 to 200 evidence-based articles that we've already produced. So like how to deal with anxiety, like how to take care of your depression, how to not feel alone when you're single, like things like that. So when a sponsor, we would create articles with the sponsor of like, hey, like you're helping create this piece of content, and we'll put your logo.
For example,
For example, another thing that we have within the sponsorship packet is you get to sponsor our events, our virtual events. So maybe we do a free community class for the women on Sunday, sponsored by, X person. And then another thing within the sponsorship packages is also they do include like training for the women employees. So if it's a company and you have 20 employees and half of them are women, we're gonna give them training on how to take care of their mental
cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a good one right there.
Yeah, like that was our little bonus one.
Okay. And you're kind of like more or less targeting the companies, or obviously you're open, like if they see this video right now and like, but are you vetting them more or less? Like you don't want like a cigarette company.
Yeah, no, they're very, I pay attention to what kind of companies I want. I think for me, specifically makeup brands, I don't want anything that's not clean, that's not, third party tested, or like none of that. And same thing with wellness brands, like vitamin companies. We are just anything that's clean, that aligns with the values of what the magazine stands for. Okay. It's important to us. So I'm not just shooting anything, like, for sure. Yeah.
But for sure, like you'll be able to. Would you be able to offer like companies like now I guess they get the sponsorship whether they want it or not, like mental health services for their companies, like say.
That is another thing that we also have in the works. Yeah, we do have a B2B solution for that as well. We do offer the membership,
because I think companies like they invest in that like more and more now these days too.
Yeah, so the B2B solution is for the women to have access, for the female employees to have access to our membership, and also more individualized training. Yeah, that's something that we're also in the works for.
Okay, cool. No, I see like you making a lot of progress and what have you, and like you've done a lot. Like
Yeah.
you graduated from UCLA, right? You're
Yeah.
from Venezuela,
Yeah.
right? And so like you've came a long way, like
Yeah.
to have your own company.
It's been fun. It's been hard, but it's been fun.
Yeah.
I think for me, I really do enjoy what I do, so that has helped a lot. But I think in the next 2 to 3 years, growing more the community, bringing more women together. I mean, we already have more than 100,000, so like I really do want 200, 300.
For sure.
So
So you're manifesting. We're manifesting this right now. Who would be like the ideal company to work with?
you
like
already know. I just told you.
Oh, okay.
I told you earlier before this podcast.
Yeah. So that's one. That's one of
Yes.
them. What else?
That
That one's already probably.
Yeah.
But what else besides
I think
that?
so. I think so too.
But besides that one, just throw it out there. I mean, I want to deal with Adidas. Why not? But what about you?
That one, I actually have spoken with Adidas. With their women's line before.
Yeah, because they do a lot of like yoga stuff. I used to work with Body Armor Sports Drink.
Yeah.
And they would do like these events. Obviously, Body Armor would provide like drinks and stuff, but they would do like these type of things.
I have spoken with Adidas before, but I actually spoke to them before the mental health switch.
Mm-hmm.
So I have it on my checklist to reach out to them again.
Okay. I want to see like a tutorial on like Instagram or TikTok or what have you of like maybe like in this type of setting or whatever, like going through like a therapy session or something, like, like, I guess more or less like not too like in depth of a therapy session, but just kind of give like the idea just to visualize.
Yeah, on the platform, on the website, you do see screenshots of what inside the sisterhood looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So how the platform works, the dimensions, the interactions that women have. But we do want to have the videos, but also make the video. I think it would be better to interview the women that are part of the sisterhood outside of the platform, because I feel like what they share can be so private that maybe just interviewing from the outside and talking to them about what their experience was like, and how has the platform changed them. That's something that we've been thinking about. So
yeah, no, I want to see some of that. I mean, you obviously what makes sense for your brand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think like like what we're doing right here, like we're making a movie basically. Like it's visualization, and like people, when they really like, obviously you can picture it in your mind and like make it manifestation, but like when you can like see it, it makes it even easier to kind of conceptualize, and achieve the goal you want.
Yeah, and I think like meeting like this and talking like this and interacting with people who understand you and who get you really pushes you more, because I think after this podcast I'm gonna like listen and
for sure
and think about these things, because it's like I go on my laptop and I just work, and like you just laid out everything that I already have laid out with my consultant of everything that we're gonna do, but like talking about it and sharing with it, I think also brings my ideas more to life.
So we got awareness, we got empowerment,
and now we have the performance.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So now I just have to go out and do it.
Yeah. No, you'll get it. You're doing it. You are doing it. And the same thing with me. Like you mentioned to me, like, dude, you should be doing this more.
You should be doing it more.
Yeah.
You need to bring 2 more people next week.
All right, 2 more people for reals?
Yeah, 2.
In here?
You already did it. We did 2 today. Yeah, let me see who I can get in next week. I'll take that challenge up. I'm a very competitive guy, so I'll take that challenge and see if we can get that going. No, because like the last one I did was in Colombia, and it was with the realtor lawyer Mazen Nobulsi, and like to tell you the truth, like every time like I post content, I get like business. Like it's weird. Like I mean, I guess that's how it's supposed to work, right? You have to put yourself out there.
But every time,
I know this too. The same things happen to me when I put myself out there on LinkedIn or on Instagram, or an opportunity comes around. It's always because of the content.
Yeah.
I did a speaking engagement a year ago, from the media company that has Coca-Cola as a client, the one that has Adidas. That's kind of how I got in touch with them.
Oh, Jefe Media? No, I'm kidding.
Soon. So I went to their agency and to their offices, and I met the director, and that also came from LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Like everything for me has came from LinkedIn.
Oh, wow.
And it's just putting yourself out there. I've also done workshops with other universities. Everything really does just come down to
Do you know, I mentioned her on the last podcast with Colin. Do you know Sherry Feldman? No? She's been to the center. She's a brand copywriter, but she posts on like all the platforms. And she does a lot of like not tutorials, like she'll walk into like Sephora and then start like,
oh, that's so cool. I love those kind of people.
yeah, she does stuff like
how
that.
How they would change it, or like how
whatever. Like I went to school with her at CSUN, so I went to Cal State Northridge. But I feel like some of that too. Like I see a lot of similarities right there. And like I don't know, like LinkedIn like is a big opportunity right there. It's big. Everyone right there is like, it's business. So,
Yeah, it definitely helps. And also when you actually post your story and what you're not even like what you're going through, but like what you're building, it gets people curious, and it gets people to want to connect with you, to talk to you, to tell you like where to go. And I think yeah.
So would you say like, even like say I mean whatever, everyone needs a coach, right? Like Kobe Bryant had a coach, Michael Jordan had a coach. So like, yeah, maybe you're in a good mental space, but like you still need a coach. You still need like community, you still need support.
I think community. I think more community than a coach. Well, I have both. He's not even a coach. I think my consultant is someone that pushes me and challenges me. So I think mentor, because I think just having people around you that challenge you and that make you think above of what you have is important, and a community to support that, I think it's essential for everything.
And so like, say like someone's on LinkedIn right now and listening to this video, like why is it important for them to be a member of Harness? Like what perks would they get? I mean, obviously I can just name a few, but like, for example, community, being able to network, right?
I think
do their job better.
I think the biggest thing that Harness can offer is a support system where truly you never feel like you're alone, and you have all the tools in your hands to go out and achieve whatever you want to achieve. So you can go out and find a mentor or pay the thousands of dollars in coaching or go to the best school or whatever it is that you want. But if your mental state is not where it needs to be, then it's going to be a struggle to actually achieve what
and
you
it's
want.
Not like just like cheerleading, right? It's actually like tactical
tools. Yeah, like everyday tools where we can.
Yeah, it's not just like, oh, like
you could
do it better. Yeah. It's not like that, right?
No, it's like we're actually talking about like what is depression and how to deal with it.
You're breaking it down.
How can anxiety, affect your day to day? How does your past influence the decisions that you make now? All of those things that I feel like, which is where the awareness comes in, because if you're not aware of those things, then you can't perform it.
You can't change them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was like thinking about a bunch of things. No, I mean, well, from like the company or someone that wants to become a member, like how they can benefit, right? Like obviously you're already kind of explaining how they can benefit, but it's like, what other additional tools are they like receiving from becoming a member? Like, what do you think? Like, obviously they become equipped with like how to kind of go through and navigate.
Well, some things that we have added is nutrition, nutritional resources because I feel like once you start taking more of your mental health, you start to think, okay, like what are the things in my life that I need to change? Healthy exercise. So we do have resources on how to Pilates is something that we've kind of added.
Mm-hmm.
These are some exercises that you can do. These are some stretches. These are some vitamins. These are some nutrition. So that's something that um,
That you're working on as well.
we have all of that ready, but not to the degree that I would like to. So in the near future, adding those things like as actual services,
Yeah.
or actual like tools or resources that you can do aside from your mental health is something that we're
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just thinking like for example, I'm scrolling on LinkedIn and I'm like coming across this video content and like I'm in a good space, whatever, you know what I mean? But like what extra added value you get from becoming a member or becoming involved in this community, harness community, you know? And like I'm just thinking like for one, like networking, for example, you know, like you're networking with like-minded individuals that are like looking to elevate, looking to change, looking to become more aware,
Yeah.
and all these different things.
And I think one thing that I've noticed, since the community is an older community, like women in
They're
their
not that
40s.
old.
They're not that
They're not
old.
old.
They're not that old to me.
Yeah.
They're old. No, I don't
No.
want to say old, but
No.
to me they're older. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I'm 25. So I mean, the women are
They're
know
like
40s.
millennials. They're like millennials.
Yeah, they're 40s and they're 50. Well, no, I've had women that are 70 join the community, 60s, but a lot of them, what I've noticed is a lot of them are joining because they're going through some sort of transition in their lives, and they are seeking that support. So that's really why I think that's why they're on the older side, because most of them are on that age where they're different changes, a lot of things are happening in their lives, and they need that support. So
Yeah, no, I mean, I think like myself, I take classes and stuff. So I mean, it's helped. It's helped me like so much. Like I don't think I would be like in the position that I am now if I wasn't taking classes and like really investing in myself. I'm able to process things better. I'm not as reactive. I was telling Colin like I used to be so reactive. You know what I mean? And like now I'm like not as reactive, you know.
Peaceful.
I'm a lot more like calm. I'm more like peaceful. I'm able to process things better and just like live.
Yeah, no, that
better.
reminded me. The other day I had a girl message me who was interested in building something like harness. I answered all her questions, and I just gave her all the advice that I could give her, all the questions that she had. This girl came back to me like, this past week. And she started complaining. She gave me like a paragraph full of complaints that were going on wrong with her, with the website that she was trying to make, how she was going to pay someone to do it, like all of these things. And that made me realize like how much I've changed with like my emotional like regulation, because I would never like react this way. And not to judge her, but it just shows like how
you learned a lot about yourself.
Also like what happens when you take these classes and when you learn like what emotional regulation is, when you learn how to not react towards things and truly work on yourself, because like that's the key to success in every area of your life. You just can't react.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the point of.
It's like, yeah, you gotta. It's a lot of things. You know, but like being in control of your mental state and your like body too, like your emotional, your nervous system, all that is like, it's so important. Like you see videos and stuff like online, like regardless of politics or whatever, like people are not like in control of their emotional state, and it's like, it's unfortunate, I guess, you know?
That's how like most people are. And like I said, like even when women who join, who are joining harness beforehand, they don't, most of them don't even know that they need the help, or like maybe they're seeking something but don't know exactly what it is. And I think that's really why we need spaces like this, so that you can kind of sit down and reflect and see what's hurting, or see where the reactive behavior comes from, so that you can transform, is really what.
Okay. No, I really appreciate you coming. It means a lot that you like drove like little ways over here. I would like to come. I would like to actually to sit down with you again. Maybe like, I mean, you tell me. I don't want to take too long, but maybe
when we
like
get 200,000
no, I don't
women.
want to, I don't
When we
want to,
get-
no, I don't want to say like that. I want to put like a time frame on it,
Okay.
like maybe like 6 months or something, or maybe a year maximum, a year maximum. But I
Yeah.
would like to sit down with you and see the
Or
progress.
December. I have a lot of time this summer.
Okay, well, what is it? It's
March.
March right now. So like, let's just say August. Let's sit down.
Make the date, because if you don't make the date,
We're gonna
it's
make
not
a date. I'm gonna
happen.
call your
Yeah.
mom.
Yeah, just call my mom.
I'm gonna call your mom and make the date. So, I really I believe in you. I know you're gonna do what you need to do. Take care of business.
You.
And
I'm gonna keep on supporting you.
I
This
appreciate
was
it.
awesome. You
I
did this
appreciate
whole
it.
setup.
So I really appreciate
It
it.
looks great.
Yeah, no, I really
It's
appreciate
very
it.
professional.
We'll get a picture right now.
Okay.
And we'll go get lunch. This is Brandon Estrada with the Jefe Media Podcast. And we sat here with Genesis at Harness. Thank you so much.
Thank you.